Hey guys, I'm still working on editing the vlog about the Utah trip. You guys saw a little snippet of it in the last vlog that I just uploaded. But of course, I kind of recorded a lot of the things that we were doing there. And I'm working on editing that so I could put it in one video. Because of course, my family that I visited, they want to be able to see it and share it around and enjoy it and stuff like that. So I don't want to put other outside things inside that vlog. So today is Friday. I'm losing track of the days. June 3rd, I think? June 3rd. Yeah. So I don't even know what all I've recorded since I got back from Utah. That's how crazy things have been. And I've decided that I need to, come and have an honest conversation with you guys, okay? So Helen, you already know, Helen is my darling. Helen, thank you for all the phone calls and the love and the support, okay? Now, the rest of you that watch my vlogs, like Terry and Sam and Sandra and Sugar, forgive me, the new one, Galuka, thank you so much for watching the vlogs. Because you guys know that I vlog not for like the views and the subscriptions and blah, blah, blah. I admire people that can vlog their lives and they get all these views and they make a living off of it. I admire that. But I can't do that because I can't shock and awe. Maybe I'm stupid, but I'm really just trying to develop friendships. So, yeah, that's why I call you guys my family. I'm losing my train of thought here. So you guys have my phone number, and don't be afraid when I put my phone number out because it's an untraceable Google number, but it will ring back into this house. So I'll put it in the description box below, and you guys can call me if your heart's desire to call me, okay? You don't have to call me if you don't want to call me. But you can call me because basically I've been calling Helen and Helen's been calling me as I've been going through this ordeal. And of course, Shanika too. I've been calling Shanika. Shanika lives right here in Southern California. You guys are so sweet. You guys are so sweet to me. So anyways, this is what's been going on. When we're in Utah, the last day that we were there, which was the Monday, because we only spent Sunday and Monday there. We left at 9 o'clock at night on Saturday. That's after Joe slept for only 4 hours after we took Jada for the audition. And then we drove 9 hours nonstop. Joshua stayed awake with Joe from midnight to 4 in the morning. And then Jory stayed awake with Joe from 4 to 6. And I slept off and on. Because I needed to be full force when I got there because we wanted to do that show. And I'm glad you guys loved the show, by the way. It was such fun to do that show. Brian feels like a superstar now. So we did the show the minute we got in, and I took an hour to revamp myself, and then we did the show and got that out the way because I had to start editing that to upload. Now I was gonna upload a vlog from there, but my God, Brian's internet speed is 0.5 for the upload or something. I have 5 for my upload, and it takes me about 12 minutes to upload an 8-minute video. It took me an hour and a half to upload that video. I'm like, oh hell no, I am not uploading no vlog here because my vlogs are 20 minutes long, right? So anyways, we did all that. We had a wonderful time that Sunday. I cooked 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I didn't even mind that I had to go on my vacation and cook because they so loved it and they so loved up on me that it was so worth it. I mean, that's what a cook loves. When somebody loves their cooking, they get excited. So then everything was fine with Mommy. Mama was excited. She was doing great. She kept calling, going, did you make the panadas for them? Did you put the cabbage in the sauce? How did they like it? Mommy was just really there. Here comes Monday morning. Rory calls up and Rory's like, Mom's so lethargic. Something just changed in her. I don't know what happened. And so then they found out that she stubbed her toe when she got up to go to the bathroom by herself, and she had that bleeding toe thing. They sent me the picture. Of course, I panicked because I thought it was diabetic's toe or something. And I was like, take her to emergency. But she was so weak that they couldn't get her up the stairs and stuff. They're like, no, it's just this bad toe. We're going to put penicillin ointment, yada, yada. And so then Rory calls back again because by then, I wasn't enjoying the trip anymore because my stomach was in knots. And then my family was just and that's Mom's family too, okay? Those kids that we visited are my Uncle Les's kids, okay? And Uncle Les is Mom's brother. Kathy is his ex-wife. Anyways, Brian's family, his in-laws, they're these sweet Mormon people. They were just there hugging on me and loving me and making me not feel so scared. But I was shaking inside because I wanted to be back there with my mom. And so Brian was like, you guys can leave tonight if you have to. You don't have to leave tomorrow morning like you had planned, because I totally understand. I was like, we can't leave tonight. Joe has had no sleep, so it's okay, Joe has to go to sleep. So Rory calls back in the middle of the afternoon, and Brian and Kathy were there, but they didn't know what the phone call was about. And Rory said, Babs, We checked mom's sugar because she's been so lethargic. The sugar's at 27. What do I do? And I said, he says, Dad's giving her orange juice and soda and yada yada. And I was like, oh my God, what do you do? What do you do? And then he goes, I'm gonna get off and call the hospice nurse, because mom's on like palliative care. I don't know the correct word for it, but she can still seek treatment, but they're there for her if, they need to run in there and do something for her. And so I said, okay, do that. And so he's calling them, and then Kathy was like, what's going on? And Kathy is an LVN or an LPN. She's a nurse. So I told her and Brian what was going on. They're like, call him back right now and say, call 911. So when I called, he wasn't answering because he was trying to make that phone call. So then I texted him and I said, call 911. The next text was, if you don't, she will die. And so he jumped off, call 911. I wasn't sure that he was doing that. I wasn't sure that he even got the text. So I called my sister and I had her call 911. And anyways, they got there. They whisked her off to like the best hospital in the world in Pasadena. And they did their own series of tests on mommy. So in a sense, she got her second opinion from whatever was going on with the other doctor. And basically, they found out she had an intestinal blockage. And it's due to a cyst or a tumor. I think they call it like an ileus. And it was partially filled with fluid and mass and whatever. And she was like totally blocked because she got in there like that Monday. And they were still doing testings. We drove back Tuesday. We left there early. We got back into town at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. We threw our bags in the house, threw the kids in the house. And I took a quick shower to get the travel stink off of me. And then we just sailed on to Pasadena, which was actually like an hour drive because of traffic. It's normally a 45-minute drive. Ran to the hospital to be with my mom. She was alert and she was funny and had her sense of humor and everything. But she was definitely in pain. And when she was alert and stuff, but she was in the room that you go to before you go to the operating room. And they were just waiting on me because she did not want to go under surgery without me. At first, they were going to have the surgery the next morning. So when I started off the trip, it was just to go spend time with her and be there for the surgery in the morning, to spend the night. And when I got there, they're like, no, we're waiting for you before we cut her open. And I was like, what? Oh my God, what's going on? And the doctor's like, she's fully blocked. Her intestines are going to rupture like what happened to Kathy if I don't go in there. And so he went and he did the surgery and he cut out the blockage successfully. And she's been recovering nicely. But let me tell you guys something. Let me be very frank. Mommy still has cancer, okay? Let's not get it twisted. Mommy still has cancer. And if God doesn't stop these cancer cells and whatever is in her, we know the outcome. I don't have to say it out loud. But I still believe that God can do it. And if I look foolish in some people's eyes because I have faith, oh well, I'm going to look foolish for Jesus, right? So he cut her, and I know you're going to say, well, when you cut cancer, it spreads. Well, what option did they have? She would have died that night from an intestinal blockage, or you cut and you pray. And so he cut her, he took it out. When he got in the room, he is the sweetest, most God-sent man. God sent that man to us because we prayed for her to get a good doctor. And he told us the negative track of the situation, of what could happen, and he told us the positive track of the situation that could happen. And he says, I have to tell you both because I don't want you to get any shocks. On the negative side, mommy should have never woken up from the anesthesia. Did I say it? Woken up? Waken up. Awake? Awaken? Whatever. Who wants to fix grammar now, right? She should have never awakened from the anesthesia. She should have never been taken off the breathing tube. She should have never been taken off oxygen. Her heart should have never stabilized like it is without medication. Her blood pressure should not be this stable. She's on meds for blood pressure, but it's because it's too low. They have to bring it up, and they want her off these meds before they make her eat and before they put her in a regular room. She had an NG tube, which takes the acid and stuff out of your stomach because nothing could be in her stomach for, a couple of days because of the intestinal surgery. And the doctor says, your mom still has the cancer in her. Only God can control that. And basically, we bought you guys some more valuable time with her to where she's comfortable and she didn't have to die that night. And he said, I did that for you guys because if it were my mom, I'd want somebody to do that for me. So I don't want to talk doom and gloom because you guys are smart enough to know. I am tired and physically and mentally exhausted. And I don't know if I'll do a cooking show for the cooking channel this week. If I do, it might be something so simple that I don't have to be on camera too long and I don't have to do a lot of editing. And Joshua and Jada has even offered to do a show for me. And I've set up my show that way. In the beginning, I didn't want the show to be all about me. I wanted it to be about me and guests. I wanted it to be about the kids coming on, Joe coming on. I wanted them to be full-time on the show, but they didn't want that because they don't have the commitment like I do, so they come on now and again. So they might do the show for me, whatever it is. Jada's thinking something with avocado. And I know that you guys that watch my cooking channel that's here at the vlog will understand. I need to be by mommy's side. I've been there every day of this week. I've slept there. I've slept on people's floors and couches. I've sat in that ICU room and sang to mommy. I've prayed. I've laid hands. I've used blessed oil. I've given her jokes. I've just been there. I've called everybody. There's a lot of family members that were feuding with mommy, you know, because mommy is like no nonsense. They've all come to see her. They've enjoyed her. She has enjoyed them. The family in Belize knows. They haven't called her, and if they don't want to call her, oh well, that's on them. My Uncle Roger is coming. My mom raised my Uncle Roger as her own kid because my grandmother had a stroke when Roger was only 6. Roger's only 6 years older than I am. He's coming. Praise God. She's waiting to see him. My brother's coming tonight, my older brother that was here last September. And I've told everybody to come because she needs the morale booster. And I'm like, don't sit there and wait for some possible funeral, you know, to come. You come now and love upon her now. You know, and I still believe that God will heal her, and then you guys can come back for the party that we're going to have to celebrate her healing. And so my sister called all her friends. I was calling her friends the other day, but they were overwhelming me because they were telling me their problems. My sister called all her friends, and they were so uplifting to my sister. And they're like, we're coming there now. She's our friend. She's always there for us. My mom's a giver. My mom is such a giver. If I could tell you guys some stories of my mom's giving, it would just amaze you. One of the stories, Joe has that nephew that's invalid, right? And the diapers cost a lot of money. And when the family buys the diapers for this boy, they don't have money to buy food to eat sometimes. So my mom supplies like a lifetime supply of diapers for this kid. I'm going to have to take that over. If mommy can't do that anymore, I'm going to have to take that over. There's a lot of charity that she's been doing that I see that I'm going to have to take over because people still have needs, you know? And so there was a time too when a young little kid, like 6-year-old kid, got brutally attacked in Belize, and they put it in the newspaper. He got attacked by the neighbor, and you know what kind of attack. And it broke mommy's heart. And she ran out and bought him a barrel full of clothes and toys. She didn't even know him. She went home to Belize, went to the newspaper, say, can you take this to him for me? I don't have to meet them. They don't have to know I gave it. Please don't put it in the newspaper. And they took her to meet them, and she gave the gift. And she says, that's all I could do for him. You know, I couldn't fix what happened to him. So that's just a few of the stories about my mom's giving. She's such a giver. She's such a giver. So anyways, having said this, let me go edit this so I can upload it for you guys. So I think what I'm going to do is insert this before I put up the Utah trip. And I'm asking you guys for love and support. I'm asking you guys to call me if you can, or Facebook message me. My Facebook is Barbara Marie Greenidge. I'll put a link to in the description. And yeah, just be there for me. That's just, I think you guys are sent to my life for a purpose. And